All right, for those of you guys who don't know, I know these guys already know. We just want to see what they think. Dave Chappelle was set to perform at this venue called First Avenue in Minneapolis. And then the venue canceled on him.
Why?
They were caving into the leftist protest that he was spreading trans hate.
I saw this shit, dude. Like, was it a comedy club or what was this?
It's a theater
venue, yeah, the theater venue.
So there was a venue, and Dave Chappelle was supposed to do a show there, and they said we're canceling.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know the reason why, but it was because
they said
they call him an anti-trans man.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like money or what?
No, they said that First Avenue was. They were quoted as saying like, "Oh, First Avenue is more than just a box with people in it. We have like values as well. And we hear you, community, and we want to do what's right."
I never thought that there would be a day where Dave Chappelle would be the poster boy of fucking straight up xenophobic, like
I know, like
anti-trans, like. That's so fucking weird.
I think they're just, honestly, I think they're really forcing it, yo.
They really are.
People are not, you're not even watching the special.
That's what I'm saying. Just watch the joke.
Yeah.
Like, cause dude, that's honestly, when I watched that shit kind of made me tear up.
Yeah, yo.
It was a very powerful story that everyone puts into question about, like, the trans bit that he did.
Right.
And I felt like he did a really good job of balancing the nuance of how complex that topic is, and then also making jokes, because that's what it is. He's making jokes at the end of the day.
I just like adding trans to every word. I just heard trans hate, trans man,
transatlantic.
You know what I'm saying?
Transatlantic?
That's my favorite.
Transaction, transam. You know what I'm saying?
Trans am, yeah.
Trans fat.
Real bad. Trans fat's bad for you.
Yeah, trans fat you eat it and turns into protein later.
But the thing is, so I kind of, you know, when he first got canceled or whatever by LGBTQ or whatever, right? And then so like, I actually wanted to see if this is something that I need to like get schooled on, because I don't really know the community. But when I went on the forums and saw this stuff, they don't even agree. Like there's trans people that are, and there's also gay people that are like, nah, dude, he's fucking cool. Like they're just jokes, and like you guys need to fucking get a grip. And then the people that are trying to cancel him are like, no, fuck that. He's like saying, and I'm like, well, if the community doesn't agree, then how come only one section only gets representation? Because that's like if someone made an Asian joke, right? And then like maybe like 3 Asians were angry, but like most Asians were like, nah, dude, just fucking chill. It was a good joke. Then it's like, who do you listen to?
Well, the white people get mad. You gotta listen to the white people.
Yeah, listen to whites. Sure. Listen to whites. Okay?
Well, maybe it's the white people, the straight white people that are speaking on behalf of all the minorities.
There's a lot of that.
I don't understand that. What do you don't want this battle.
Save us, dude. They have to save us.
Word.
They have to save all of us.
It's our only hope, man.
It's our only hope.
There was some really good quotes from like other comedians about what happened, and I think it was Piscopo. Someone said this. They said that like, oh, this is just a demonstration where people think that by canceling on you that they now have the power that you have.
Oh yeah.
But it's an illusion. It's like you'll never have that power.
That's where that's where that comes from. Yeah, because
And also, like, comedians are so tight that if Dave Chappelle doesn't get allowed there, then there goes probably Joe Rogan, like all his other friends that go down the list, and then now that First Avenue is probably just gonna go out of business. Like nobody's gonna do shit
That's
there.
what they were saying too. They were like, First Avenue deserves to fail now.
Well, they might have other shows, because it's not just a box full of people. They're gonna have puppet shows.
There's also that really like, there's a very, very difficult thing. Like if you cave into like far left agenda, you'll be held to an impossible standard from then on. You'll never be able to meet it. You can never be perfect.
When I was in high school, all the way up until college, the far left was cool as shit, dude. They were so cool. And then for some reason, it turned into a bunch of hall monitors. Like they used to be the one that was like,
That's the best way to explain it.
Yeah, dude, that's what we identified as back then. Yeah.
Like more like Rage, right? Like Rage Against the Machine.
yeah, they're anti-government. Now they're pro-government. They're like pro-fucking establishment. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
It's all over the place. It really is.
There was another quote that I thought was really great. Somebody said that if you walk in and we're making fun of you, now you're accepted among everybody in that room because everyone's being made fun of. But if you're being put to your own little corner where like, oh, we're not gonna make fun of you because you're lesser, and you're more sensitive.
whack.
That's whack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jokes are for everybody, bro. Everyone gets it.
Yeah.
That's
Everyone
why
can get dunked on. It's
sometimes
okay.
I feel like far left is so racist because like they think that all minorities are a bunch of victims that need saving and all this shit, and I'm like, dude, speak for your fucking self, bro.
Tips of both sides are racist, right?
Yeah, for sure.
They should. The far right.
Shake hands. They just be on the
Yeah, I just go, hey, we're the same guy.
Because the most of us in the middle here, we don't want to fucking deal with that bullshit. Let's get the right and the left that are like on the farthest corners and let them fuck and like go over somewhere else.
That's what makes it difficult, is that both sides want to kick our asses, right?
And that's the thing with this whole trans thing. Like for me personally, is like it's depending on which statistic you believe, it's 1% of the population, but it's actually way less than 1%. Because I think they're also including people that are thinking about it or whatnot. But the actual trans people, I think it's like way less than 1%. It might even be like whatever, like 0.5% or like less than 0.5%. And so, hey, I understand that they're marginalized and they get bullied. And I get that. But what about, like, let's just go with black people. Black people have been marginalized for decades. Yeah, it's like, okay, you know what? Let's put black people aside but let's worry about I'll give them 1%. Let's worry about the 1%. And that's fine. They should be protected. But then if you're skipping over other marginalized groups just to protect this one group, it's like, hey, I know it's heroic and it makes you feel heroic, but come on. There's a lot of, I don't want to say larger issues or bigger issues.
We gotta get a line though.
Yeah, you do gotta get in line. There's a line, and I really feel like black people are at the forefront of the line, because of the whole, I don't know, slavery thing, and the whole, and now when they talk about racism, the more modern definition of racism is institutional oppression. So like if someone accuses me of being racist, that's actually a misnomer. It's more like I'm prejudiced because I'm not an institution.
Yeah.
Right.
And so when they bring that up, so like to me, like I feel like black people are number one in that line. And you can argue with me whatever you want, but
I would say Native Americans and black people probably need the most attention first.
Yeah.
And then the rest of us can get what. I mean, we kind of took care of ourselves and shit. So like Asians,
they don't worry about us.
Maybe I mean, like yeah,
because
like,
this kind of Asian, it's only 3 to 5%.
No.
Because I don't include the red dot.
Yeah.
Like,
the Asians that do need help are the jungle Asians.
Yes.
We need to help the jungle Asians.
I'm just touching the size of my head. I was like, oh shit.
You can do it. It's okay. We give you permission.
these us, we're not even marketed to.
It just gets worse.
I know. The more you do it,
It's getting way worse.
More buck teeth.
Cancel over this. The buck teeth.
dude, because the thing about us.
And the thing is everyone knows what you mean. Everyone knows. It's not even like, what does he mean by that?
I do like racist physical gestures because you get it right away.
Yeah.
Is transgenders like?
No.
Is that what
You
it
can't
is?
do that.
You can't? Is that version of this? Or no?
It hasn't even been made up yet.
Yeah.
They haven't got one yet.
Yeah.
Or is it
Then you should. That's another thing to focus on.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out.
is it like
The branding. We gotta get the branding right.
Everybody's got one though, right? Everybody has a physical.
I'm going, hey. And I'm like, what? See, it's not established yet.
Oh, okay.
What does that mean? I'm just a fucking.
Transatlantic.
That's what we're talking about.
It's like a weird game of charades.
That's how racist deaf people communicate. Yeah.
That's how they
I
interact.
have a theory though about Chappelle. So Chappelle started like working out after the Chappelle show.
Yeah, he got fucking buff.
Buff. His voice got deeper and raspier.
Is that from all the cigarettes or weed?
Might be, or maybe it comes with age. I don't know. But I have a black comic friend. I won't say his name, but he's a large, imposing figure, and he's always like, "Man, it sucks. I'm not getting the opportunities a lot of these guys are getting." I'm like, I'll tell you straight, because I used to work in TV development. You're a scary black man. You're not scary. You're nice. You're a really nice, gentle guy, but they don't know that. You're an imposing, big black man. But you take some of these other black comics that are like skinny, and the development people are like, they'll never say it. It's probably subconscious. Like, I could take this guy. I'm not worried about this guy. So when Chappelle got
Think
buff,
about Kevin Hart kind of too. Right?
yeah, like Kevin,
He's like cute and like
exactly. Yeah, and Kevin's short. Kevin's like 5'4", 5'5". You feel like you can pick him up, put him on your shoulders, and walk around.
He's spunky.
Exactly, spunky.
Spunky.
Yeah,
But then
I love
when
that
Chappelle
guy.
got buff, because I know his materials changed. Obviously, it's evolved, but as soon as he got buff,
He got intimidated.
yeah, a lot more people. Because of his intimidation, a lot more people have been coming after him. And then, because imagine if Chappelle was still skinny and he had that little high-pitched voice like he did early on in his career, or earlier on in his career. Yeah, around that time, or like in Killing Me Softly, like that kind. Imagine he was doing the same material. I don't know that the backlash would be as big.
Because it's not as imposing.
It's not as imposing, yeah.
That's a really good
I've never
point.
heard that take. That's cool.
Do you think, but having like, let's say like the Mark Twain Award, do you think that like, because now he's like an award-winning comedian, right?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't that, I don't know, have some sort of like, it's like having like wreaths next to your film?
He's on a pedestal.
Yeah, like, is that, do you think that adds to it or takes away from it?
I think for comedians it adds to it, like when we look at it, but like for the layperson, they probably have never heard of the Mark Twain Award. And even if will they Google it? And if they Google, they're like, oh, I don't care, whatever. He doesn't like trans people, so I like forget Dave Chappelle.
But Dave Chappelle is the spearhead of comedy again. Like he is the guy that once he came back and people started hearing about how much money he's gotten, how like even more of a figure he is, and more people are talking about his stand-up in like the zeitgeist, I guess. I think that takes it to another level where people are like, he's the target. Kind of like Joe Rogan, right? Like when everybody references Joe Rogan, he's the guy. So then what does CNN do? They're like, we're gonna fucking dunk on this guy.
The way that Dave moves, him coming back, it's also in a way of like, I figured the game out.
Yeah.
And I won.
He's all wise and shit, dude.
Yeah. Like it's my show and I'm gonna take it. Like the way that he's like saying these things, and then like smoking a cigarette too, like lighting it on stage for the Mark Twain Award, just like ashing it on the stage. Like he's really just like walking all over this industry, being like, y'all fuck me, but I fuck the shit out of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true, because when he left and he did after he got the Chappelle show, right, the third season, and he was like, I'm out. And they offered him what, like hundreds of millions of dollars?
50 million.
50 million, right? Yeah. And everybody was like, oh, Dave Chappelle's crazy. He got a lot of backlash for that. And when he dipped out, and people were waiting, like, where's Dave Chappelle? Oh, wait, he's doing this stand-up show in the park.
Yeah, randomly.
Oh, that's crazy.
For 4 hours.
Oh, wait, we gotta go. Yeah. He builds up this hype, and then he's gone for a while. Because I think by nature, he's very low-key. He doesn't want to be in the front stage like that. But then what he wants to do is share his comedy. And now his style of comedy changed so much where he's almost like in that George Carlin-esque where he's talking about life, he's talking about regular things, and he's so much more than just a comedian now. He's a storyteller. He's like defining culture for a lot of people.
Straight up.
So that makes him a target, I think, on top of everything else.
When you watch his last few specials, I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't laugh a lot. I enjoyed them, but I didn't laugh a lot.
Like smiling like that.
Yeah, but but if you watch something like, I'll just use Kevin Hart as an example, you laugh a lot. And so to me, like Chappelle, like you were saying, Chris, I think like he's just kind of transcended the whole stand-up comedy thing, and he's up there. He's almost like a philosopher to a certain degree. And
George
we're watching
Carlin
this guy,
style.
and we're expected to laugh, and so because we're expected to laugh, we watch it. We're like, oh, it was a great special, one of the best specials. But it's like, but how many times did you laugh?
Yeah.
If you're going to go, like, our job is still to make people laugh at the end of the day.
The lines get blurred a little bit.
It gets blurred. And then like, imagine, Chris, if you or I had Chappelle's script before he performed it, and we performed it. You're like, dude, do you have any jokes? Like, what are you doing, dude?
That's true. And then people that are watching it, whether they are watching or not, because I'm sure the people that are mad at him, a good percentage of those people actually didn't watch the thing, and they're just like reacting to it.
Yeah,
that's what everyone's saying. But because it's a little more serious tone, I think some people that don't understand comedy, which is a big amount of people, right? They might take it as like, oh, he's not even joking, like he's being fucking for real.
There's a headline with Damon Wayans saying, is he doing stand-up comedy or speeches? So, and I was just like, I mean,
he's doing funny speeches.
Yeah, he's doing funny speeches. Yeah, exactly.